Welcome to Kump. Tragedy in Washington, D.C. 2 Israeli embassy workers were shot outside of the Israeli museum or some museum by a man with a red kefka. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, a red kefia.
It's horrible. Let's just take a look at the video.
Developing right now, 2 staff members of Israel's embassy are dead. They were shot and killed outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. last night. NBC's Alice Barr has the very latest developments and international reaction from the nation's capital.
This morning, a tragedy for the Jewish community and the country, striking in the heart of the nation's capital, where 2 Israeli embassy staff members were shot and killed overnight while leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum.
The suspect chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody.
The suspect, 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez, remains in custody as investigators look deeper into the motive.
He doesn't look like an Elias Rodriguez.
Well, people have said so. Look, I mean, it's really why does this always happen? Why do people always do such senseless acts of violence that don't even seem to make sense?
And right when we're on the verge of peace. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, funny you mentioned that. I mean, there was. I mean, we certainly were not on the verge, but this happened, I guess, last night, right? About 12 hours. There was another story I was reading yesterday. I happened to see from a few hours before that. The mood is changing. Israeli anger grows at conduct of war.
No, this isn't Israeli anger towards Hamas, right? This is Israeli anger towards the Israeli government.
Yeah, they're angry at the war.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of this article.
As Israel's war in Gaza enters a new violent phase, a growing number of voices within the country are speaking out against it and how it's being fought. Yair Golan, a left-wing politician and former deputy commander of the IDF, sparked outrage on Monday when he said, "Israel is on the way to becoming a pariah state like South Africa was if we don't return to acting like a sane country."
You mean you're going to commit a white genocide? Anyway, go on.
A sane state does not wage war against civilians, does not kill babies as a hobby, and does not set itself the goal of depopulating the population.
And Netanyahu said this is a blood libel. They're saying it, and it just seems
he called it blood libel.
I'm not even sure what that means anymore. It just seems. I mean, if people who might have been optimistic that this might have signaled popular willingness to have peace, it just seems like a bad coincidence that this happened that day. Mm-hmm. That mere hours later.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate.
I don't know why
timing.
Elian, what's his name? Elian Gonzalez? No.
Elias.
Imagine if it was Elian Gonzalez.
That would be a crazy twist.
That would be a real coincidence. No, it just seems like a really terrible coincidence. Mm-hmm. This happens. It's tragedy.
Now, to be fair, these were two the targets made sense, right? Like they were higher up, kind of.
I think people liked them. I think they were well liked in the office. I kept reading. people were like they were American citizens. Like I think they just got the jobs. I think recently, or they were very nice kids.
Oh, Americans. Okay.
I think so, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, actually, the woman was, right.
One of them. I mean, yeah. Look, I don't think they had a very high security clearance. I don't think they were privy to the war plans.
It's kind of a strange target.
I mean, that's to say, it just seems like there's always these these people who seem to have these intentions of stopping a war, but they always go after these random people who have nothing to do with the war. It just seemed. It's just. I don't know why. I mean, violence is never the answer, in my opinion.
Ever, yeah.
These kind of senseless killings don't make any sense. But it just seems odd that they even if you did see their point of view, it's like, well, the targets don't seem to make any sense. Mm-hmm. Except, And
I also heard what's really tragic is I heard that this couple was not engaged, but about to be engaged. I don't know how they knew that.
Well, Mossad's very good. Yeah. They were very talented. You could disagree with how they do things, but they're a very talented spy agency. So I'm not at all surprised that they knew before the guy did that he was going to propose to her. Mm-hmm. That's their bread and butter. That's how they make their living.
Right.
So, much like how you wouldn't be surprised if if Taylor Swift wrote a new hit song, would you?
That's true. I wouldn't.
Same
be.
thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So yeah, it's a very sad. I mean, I don't know what these two people did to deserve this.
No, it doesn't seem like they're the ones causing all this madness.
No. It's just it's rest in. Are you allowed to say rest in peace for? Yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
It's not a Catholic thing, right?
No, I don't think so.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I mean it.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
And also, the 100K kids under the ground also rest in peace, I guess.
Look,
feel pretty bad for them too, honestly.
The irony that this guy wanted to end the war in Gaza, and he might have hurt the ability to maybe end it. I mean, there's no guarantee, of course, just because people, a lot of people in America opposed the Iraq war and it kept going for years. Mm-hmm. So, just because it was a, popular sentiment one way or the other doesn't mean anything per se.
No.
But the irony that he did kind of probably set back the ability to maybe get some peace going.
Yeah.
It's ironic. That's the word, right? Ironic?
Isn't it ironic?
It's like rain. It's very sad. It's very sad that the FBI and Mossad reportedly cooperating on investigation. That's good because usually they're against each other, right? The FBI and footage of the SMF circulated widely. Calls for extended. Yeah, I mean it's just I don't know. There's no more answers. You try like look. You try to get some peace going, and then something like this happens.
Every time. Almost like it's right on schedule. Which of course it isn't.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I guess we'll move on. It's a sad story. Let's not dwell too long on this.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about it. They've made that very clear. What else we got? 54% of Americans say they plan to cut YOLO spending. Well, that's I don't know, I guess it's not a positive story, but remind me what YOLO means. Is that like a yogurt?
Yeah, YOLO is you only live once.
Right. Yeah, YOLO!
It's the Carpe Diem.
Is that, now you're getting Greek with me?
So people are cutting impulse buys.
A new consumer confidence survey reveals that 54% of Americans say they intend to cut back on YOLO spending. Did they say that, though? Did they say we're going to cut back on YOLO spending? Are you allowed to just say that in an article? I mean, are you allowed to just, like, if I interview, hey, are you going to, if you plan on, is there anything you can't afford for your family in the foreseeable future?
Is there anything I'd like to be able to afford?
Is there anything you can't afford?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't really afford to buy a house right now.
Okay.
So
you might not be paying rent.
Yeah.
So you might. All right. So I'm gonna write that down. You might be cutting back on YOLO spending. What about any medication problems? Can't afford?
Yeah. I mean, my kid's diabetes medication is really.
Ooh, that gets pricey. That
his
diabetes.
Juvenile diabees medication. Oof.
Really
setting us
pig
back.
insulin, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
That can be very pricey. So no YOLO for that. All right. What about you kids? You have any kids who want to go to school?
Yeah, I mean,
that's not going to happen. So no YOLO for that.
I hear they all just.
Is college even a thing anymore? Who's still sending their kids to college? What is that for? Why don't you just send your kid, teach your kid to pretend to be? What you really should do is just pay for him to come from another country. Get him a place in another country, and he can and smuggle him back in. And he can get, that seems like a better move.
Oh, I thought you were talking about setting him up for for a passport bro lifestyle.
What is that's interesting. What's a passport bro?
My understanding of it is it's guys who do not. I don't want to be uncharitable and call it sex tourism, but it's maybe a step above sex tourism. Like you go to another country where maybe the economic situation isn't great,
Right.
and you wife somebody up there because it's just.
Well, they like that though, right? What is the problem here? Why? I mean, are we talking about? I mean, these are we this is all consensual, right?
Yeah, I don't think these guys are.
And these guys are pretty attractive, right? All right, well, whatever. That's what the money's for.
That's what the money is for.
I mean, look, I'm not for anyone abusing anyone, but I mean, what happens? You can't. People can't enjoy the benefits of being here anymore in America unless they're, one of 10 families, we work for one of 3 companies.
Yeah.
And so if a man wants to spread his legs out in Central Europe somewhere, all of a sudden he's a villain.
If you ask a girl out on like a coffee date or something in America now, are you just spit on, or are you just looked at as a slug?
Well, I mean,
if you ask a girl a coffee or something, does everybody expect to be wined and dined?
I mean, can she see your Rolex? If you're not sure, if you're wearing like a jacket and she can't see that, then maybe, probably. I'm not saying them. Look, women are right. Women just care about money. I mean, I think I've covered this before, but this seems like what do you get mad at a squirrel for collecting nuts before the winter? It doesn't seem like a time when you wouldn't want to care about money. Forgive me for saying so. It's what's this other one? It's related. I don't know why I decided to go back to paper. Paper. Look at me. Where's that story? I had a cross-reference story. Where is it?
You got to learn to flip through the papers fluidly.
I need tabs. I need to make little tabs so I can go that way.
You need to learn to do little bits with the paper like this.
Yeah, banging on it, just eating it. That's. I mean, where I lost it again. Hold on. Mar-a-Lago and Bet. That's not it. Fall of Musk. Warring sirens. What is this? Is all a problem. States. No. Here we go. Debt. Investors dump bonds globally amid fiscal worries. There we go. All right. So global bond market. So, I mean, the treasuries are being heaved into the furnace. Republicans have passed the big beautiful bill. Is that a reference to? We can't say it. Don't answer me in a way where you're gonna say it. But is that a reference? Big beautiful bill. You know what I mean out there. No, everyone who needs to know knows. Do you think?
A reference to what?
Big beautiful.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Big beep. Anyway, as Republican members of Congress publicly criticized President Trump's latest spending bill, calling it a Titanic-level fiscal disaster, the bill, which proposes massive infrastructure and defense investments, has raised alarms. Yeah. By the way, look. If you'd like to subscribe to the show, that would be very helpful to us. And we also have a Patreon where I don't have to beat around the bush quite so much for this algorithm. I'm learning to try and beat around the bush.
We may have gotten a little warning.
Maybe I got a little testy. Maybe I got a little aggressive, or a little try a little hard to get it provocative at one point, and then we got a little warning on our docket, and then I gotta be a little careful. But we don't have to be careful. It's Patreon.com. Where we have patreon.com/raycomp. We get an extra episode every week for $5 a month. That's great. And we also have now we have a Discord for the Patreon members starting today. It's exciting. And what's going to happen on Discord? You can only imagine unless you sign up. And then you don't have to. So yeah, we have What?
But until then, we have to beat around the bush a little bit.
Well, while we're here on YouTube. We love it here on YouTube. You got to play the game, don't you?
They're mad at us.
Get on the wheel. Get on the wheel, Kump. Get on the hamster wheel. A Republican member of Congress publicly criticized President Trump's latest bill, calling it a Titanic-level fiscal disaster. Well, that's hyperbolic. Here's the thing about this. So it's got a lot of cuts. This is listed. These things I get don't have any, like, they don't give me any detail. It just recaps the paragraph. It's useless. I need someone to organize this stuff for me. I need a producer. I need someone who types it out on a fucking goddamn typewriter.
You were talking about how AI is going to be our producer.
AI hates me. AI wants me dead. It's never going to help me. It's like everything else. You think everyone's talking about ChatGPT. ChatGPT is going to help them. It's just going to confuse you. You think like Sam Altman's on your side? The OpenAI is on your side. They're out to get you. They're getting you to input all your information, and they're making you like pictures of your cat in a Studio Ghibli style, like Miyazaki paintings. And it's all very cute, and yeah, it's helping you create a diet plan. But at the end of the day, they keep changing the models. You know, they keep changing what you can do with it. You don't think they're gonna pull the rug out from under you? Do you remember what you used to? You look what you can do with an iPhone now. Nothing except you have to buy an app for everything now. If I want to measure the size of my cat's paw, I need to buy a ruler. What happened to all these free apps that used to exist? Everything's a subscription. I gotta subscribe to use a goddamn calculator. Anyway, the point is, they got their spending bill. It's going to add trillions to the debt, which I'm like, well, what else is new? Except, wasn't that the whole point of Musk and Doge? Where he was going to cut trillions, and people complained. I'm going to cut trillions. And people go, well, even if you do, you guys going to use that to cut the taxes with the bill, right? Mm-hmm. But now he hasn't cut the trillions, and he's gone, I guess, right?
Right.
He's out. I mean, he made an appearance, for the other thing, which we'll get to in a minute.
Well, cutting costs is expensive. That's what they never tell you about it.
Right, because it's fake. Because it's all fake. Is that why? So we've got we're adding the trillions, but we didn't cut any of the trillions. It doesn't seem to make sense.
No.
It doesn't seem like anyone's worried about the future very much. Or maybe they are, and this is the future they want.
So
that
we're still adding to the debt, but now if there's a hurricane or a tornado, everybody's screwed.
If
FEMA doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, I think there is a if. Look, you see that? If these are the worst. These are the worst summaries I've ever seen in my life.
Look, we might need to start putting these like on a board or something. like everybody made fun of Glenn Beck back in the day for having just a chalkboard with all his shit on it. Yeah. But maybe he was right.
Maybe he's right about a lot of things. Mr. Glenn Beck. Why did everyone say he was crazy? Because he started grifting? Is that why? Yeah, I feel like at one point he made some sense, right? And then he started selling like Jesus pills or something. Don't quote me. That's a metaphor. Don't sue me, Mr. Beck. He's probably very litigious. A deadly tornado tore through parts of. I heard they arrested the woman who didn't ring the bell.
Who didn't ring the bell?
There's a bell and a siren. And people, the article I was reading said they died because of
What was this lady doing?
Literally, the article said she forgot.
What?
I don't know.
I thought women were supposed to be like conscientious about stuff like that. Keeping time.
Jobs?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, look. I love women. Women are great. Don't put me in a position to say anything.
God, I'm just frustrated because it seems like they keep messing stuff up.
Well, look, the men aren't having a great track record, to be fair.
No, I know. Look, I know.
But yeah,
I know the reality is there's more.
Was there a big klutzy woman thing that I'm forgetting about?
I mean, they let Trump get shot.
Oh, the Secret Service one, yeah. This one kind of looked like her too. Bring her up for a second. See if we can find you real quick. Woman arrested. Just right, woman arrested for not ringing siren. It's such a. Oh, I don't know, maybe she wasn't arrested. Maybe she was just fired or suspended. It's good. No, wait, sirens for
the tornado.
Yeah.
God damn it! It won't come up.
I don't know what you're doing. Well, I guess I made it up. Whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of tornadoes. We're covering a lot today. Don't worry about it. Don't at me. Missouri governor calls for audit of emergency protocols. Like, the fat woman not ringing the siren. And oh, you're a fat Kump. Yeah, and if I forgot to ring the siren, I bet you'd point it out, wouldn't you? Does this have the picture?
Oh, Sarah Russell.
I need the picture. Tornado kills at least 6. That's a lot of people. That's not good. Residents report. Whatever. Forget about it. Just read the article. Whatever. Look, what do you want me to do? It's a tornado. I can't report the weather. I know what you want from me. Do you have anything to say about the tornado?
Well, I think it's really bad to kill a bunch of people with a tornado. At that point, it's no worse or no better than if you had just like thrown a tornado at people. You
have the opinion that I do think it's like, look, it's your job.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you should be fired and maybe held someone accountable. But you're in the camp. It's just like, no, she caused it. Yeah. That's fair. I mean, look, don't screw up your job if you don't want to be put in jail.
Right.
That's really what we're getting at here this is the new economy. I mean, because I don't know if you've been looking for jobs recently, but it ain't that easy to get jobs. Not a lot of butchers are hiring, if you know what I mean. Okay? It's tough out there. You have to, go on 50 different interviews just to get one, 100 interviews. I mean, how many applications to get one interview? What's the ratio? Like 50 to 1?
Yeah.
100 to get one interview.
Yeah, I think so.
It's insane. I mean, it's they want to know your family's bloodline, if they could trace you back to the Habsburgs.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Things are tightening up a little bit, aren't they? Things are getting a little hot under the collar for the working man. And it's like, and I'm sure AI will help us all take a load off, take a little of stress out of the situation, won't it?
That's right.
Will it? I feel like
it's going to create a lot of jobs, right? AI, isn't it supposed to create a lot of employment opportunities?
I think give the opposite was correct. So it's really, it started out as a bit, but now it's we'll just go. I'll just go here. This is a little grab bag episode of Kump now. We've shifted styles. Week-long boycott planned at Walmart, Target, McDonald's over price hikes. So people are very mad. This goes into another story, but we'll get Where's the other one? Do you have your list at all? Can you help me?
What's your favorite burger in New York City?
The quarter pounder with cheese. What? I was gonna pick some pub. Oh, some pub that's what I really like. I really like the Scoundrel Street Pub's Skaggle Waggle burger. It's got a pickle. I don't care. Double quarter pounder with cheese. Honestly, it's not about wanting to eat more. I mean, it is nice, but it's the ratio of meat to bread that really makes the double better. And it's probably the best burgers ever been made. I mean, that Shake Shack burger's not bad too. I tried the other ones; they're all kind of whatever. Oh, Shake Shack's falling off, they say. Well, give me something better. 5 and dime, pissing pants. What do you want from me? Where am I supposed to go?
I love that blue collar burger.
It's all right. I don't see a difference. It's fine. Why are we giving them a shout out? They all they do is show up late. You want me to say you're good? You better advertise. All right? I'm not gonna be the one guy left holding no money. All right? Like the rest of my life.
This warning is giving us mad decision anxiety.
The what?
This warning is giving us mad decision anxiety.
What warning? What's a warning?
Should we talk about those hookahs?
The what? No. Yeah, I'm talking. I wanted to find the other story about the fast food. This is a travesty. This is a real problem. Where's the one I'm talking? Come on, help me. There's only so many here.
You can't just paw at them. You have to flip through them.
What's that one? What is that one? No, where's the one about fast food? Here we go. Fast food workers can no longer afford to eat at their own restaurants. That's crazy. I thought that's why are you asking me about burgers if that wasn't the point? I thought you were trying to lead into the story. You didn't even bring your list in. I printed you out a list, and you left yours outside.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that when we started filming.
Oh, and everyone's accusing me of being, the crown prince of scum. Fast food employees across the U.S. are speaking out about skyrocketing menu prices, with many saying they can no longer afford to eat at the very places where they work. Well, that's not really the point of work, is it?
You're not just supposed to be sitting around snacking at work.
I can't, because I complain you can't paint the Mona Lisa when you work at the Louvre.
You worked at McDonald's at one point.
I did when I was 15. Famously, yes.
Were you like snacking a lot, like during the work day?
They did give me they let us have whatever we wanted. They were very generous.
Really?
And it varied from franchise to franchise. I can't front.
Yeah.
No cap. They let me do whatever. And then you would just basically, I worked the front desk, whatever, that front desk.
Yeah.
What's a 5-star hotel? It's the friggin', I worked the counter, sales, whatever, sales.
Just imagine you having an executive desk in the bathroom of McDonald's.
Let's see if I can amortize your Big Mac. And I would basically just have to, I think I would enter it in, promo it, whatever. And the men in the back would make it for me. But eventually, I connived my way into. Cause they didn't want to let me. There was a weird hierarchy there, where the men worked in the back, and but not that I wasn't. But it wasn't just men. But it was I was a man, but I wasn't a man.
Right.
They were the guy who choked me that time worked in the grill.
Wait. So there was this hierarchy where the men, the real men.
Yeah.
Worked in the back near what? What were they doing? Making
the food.
Okay, all right.
And I was the one going, "Hey, you want to supersize that? I'm a pretty lady. Can I get you a McFriddle?" No, but yeah, I mean, I've told you about.
Did they look down on you? Did they make it clear that they looked down on you?
How are you more confused? You're looking for clarification on who's in the back and not the guy who choked me. I know I brought it up one time before, but it's been a while. I should probably.
Wait. What were the circumstances? What was the context?
We were doing it a back and forth where we were it was kind of I had rags I would use to clean, and there was a guy, and we were just horsing around. But he was a taller, older man. I was probably a sophomore in high school. He was a senior kind of thing.
Okay.
But he was probably whatever, but it's kind of thing when you watch old movies about high school or college, and the athletes are all with the towels and they're whipping each other. It's very masculine.
And erotic, yeah.
It's not erotic. It's masculine. It's tough. It was like that, but with dirty rags or something. And we pretended it was like a ninja thing. It was I gotcha. And then one time I got behind him, and I think, oh, you know what? Yeah, I might try to choke him with the rag. I got behind him, I gotcha. I didn't really. But he apparently just been attacked by a bunch of guys on the street the night before. Or that's what he told me at least.
I gotta say, even without that knowledge,
yeah,
pretty intense to choke somebody with a rag from behind.
Yeah, I didn't really choke him though. I mean, I think I just kind of did the pantomime of it.
I'm surprised that you would do that as someone who's so sensitive about your own neck. I mean, you protect the neck seriously.
I trifled, I guess you say. I was, I wasn't showing empathy. So he flipped me over over his head or something, and then just started choking me hard, actually choking me. And I learned a lesson that day. I'm not sure what it was, but you can kind of intuit it. It's hard to put into words what that lesson is, but just don't do that kind of thing.
Don't dish out a choking that you can't take.
Yeah, but also other similar. It's vaguer than that. There's a broader lesson to be learned. Just cut it out. Just stop it. So
how long? Wait. I'm still curious about this. How long did the assault last before?
It was pretty quick. I mean, I didn't.
He basically just got you into submission and then got off of you.
I guess. Look, it felt longer than it needed to be, but
that's classy.
Well, yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, it did feel a little longer. It definitely felt like you put a little English on it.
Did he say anything to you after?
Well, yeah, he's I'm sorry. I was attacked last night by a bunch of street guys. I'm all right, I believe you. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's plausible, I guess. I mean, look, again, another one of those coincidences, you know? It's like, you know, if only he wasn't attacked by street guys, we could have horsed around in good fun.
This always, honestly, it's stories like this that make me realize that if I were a big man, if I had big meat paws and big muscles and stuff, I would just be a monster about it. I would never be as dignified as that guy was about it.
Sure.
You know, explaining myself, saying like, oh, you know, I'm traumatized.
Well, you can't just go choking out a younger coworker at work and like, I mean, he I think he realized he might lose his job. You know, like if he continued to like choke me to death. I mean, part about being a bigger man is you can't just kill people. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you're extrapolating here. It's like, if I was a man, I would be. I mean, I know some people who act the way you do. And you're not that big in the grand scheme, but you know.
You took their photo, right?
What?
You took their photo, right?
Whose?
Well, the guys who do that. You're talking about the prison, right?
I mean, I'm not sure you. All right. No, I didn't mean that. But whatever, we'll move on. The point you were asking me, the reason this came up, you took their photo, like a group. Do you think I took a group photo of all the prisoners? Is that what happened? Like, all right, boys, hey, come on,
Hey, come on, short kings in front.
Yeah, kneel in the front, stand in the back. I don't know. Short kings in the front. No, short kings should go in the back, right? Oh no, you're right in the front.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible photographer. Whatchamacallit? But you were asking me, do I get food at McDonald's? Or did I get food at McDonald's? And yes. And yeah, and then so the men worked in the back, but eventually I kind of connived my way into starting to, like, occasionally they would let me learn to grill. And I did burn myself a few times pretty bad. but you know, that's okay, you know, and so like, you know, but I was able to start cooking my own, like making my own food. Because there's different levels of it, right? Like, there's the back, because there's the grilling itself, but then there's the prep station in the middle, right, where you kind of take everything gets grilled, that goes into those little drawers, those plastic drawers where it keeps them warm. And like, so you could at a certain point, whatever. I did both eventually, but I could go back to the prep station and just make my own stuff, and I would make these crazy things. I would take like burgers and nuggets and fish fillets and combine them with different sauces. And it sounds gross, but it was heavenly. And it was a real just luxury feeling to it.
Did you feel it sounds like you made some kind of like slopped surf and turf.
Sure, yeah. I mean, and you know, if they put it on the menu, would they be having less problems now? I like to think so.
Did you actually pitch it for the menu?
No, I ate it in shame out by the dumpster. I mean, no. Honestly, to be honest, I mean, people kind of caught wind of it, and they were seeing it, going like, nice, because it was disgusting, objectively. And remember, like, but we all just kind of go, yeah, do it. That's just the vibe of people when you have a dead end, nothing job.
Yeah,
just do it.
What do you have to lose?
You can be standing on. It's the same thing when you see someone else standing on the side of a bridge, and you go, just do it. You know? Right.
We were talking about this the other day about how we both have a strong call of the void in us. Yeah. It's when you're looking over the side of something, and you don't. I have no intention of jumping, but you're afraid. It's like you're afraid that you will. And that, like, kind of just feeds on itself. And I'm not an anxiety kind of person, typically. And I don't really think about that kind of thing at all. But it's more just like your subconscious is daring yourself to do it. Right. Especially when you have a few cocktails. You might not encounter it too much if you're not in, like, a city with buildings like that. I used to get it on the trains or the subway. Sometimes you get that. It's bizarre when you get. You're looking over the tracks, the trains coming.
Yeah, and it's just this moment like, what if I? And it's like, well, yeah, like what we kind of know what happened. I mean, it's weird because it's like it's almost like, well, your brain has a mystery. There's no mystery to it. What if I did this? Well, we know.
I definitely feel it when I'm looking over the edge of the building. Yeah. No doubt, I feel that. Yeah. But when I'm in front of the subway train, I think my real world fear kicks in more. Like, I'm just looking around me for people with crazy eyes. Right. You don't have
to look too far.
Yeah.
You don't have to look too far at all.
No.
Yeah. And don't look if you're out there. Don't do it. There's no point. And people, no one's going to be like, oh, honestly, especially with a train, no one's going to remember you well when you make them late for work. Like that's no way to improve your public persona.
That's true.
But yeah, so I was able to get all the food I wanted, so cost wasn't an issue. But apparently now, Benny's saying the skyrocketing menu prices. Benny's saying they can no longer afford to eat there. So social media is filled with viral posts from workers at McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King showing meals that now cost over $15 with employee discounts applied. Well, I mean, but look, I mean, that's just, aren't they making at least $15 an hour now? That's a bit hyperbolic. Like the fact that your meal might cost what you make in an hour is not crazy. It's not ideal.
It's not. It's not. It's definitely not crazy if you're talking about like a very hearty, wholesome meal. But to
you pack a lot of calories into it. I mean, what do you mean by a hearty, wholesome meal? That's all about calories, and you get plenty of calories in a nice double quarter pounder with cheese.
But to just have to be like eating a slop burger, a slop gray burger.
What do you like? What burgers are you? What do you like? A tuxedo burger?
To be honest,
MetGalaBurger.com. Is that your favorite place? The Carnegie. I like the burgers at Carnegie Hall. You know how you eat a burger? Practice. I'm Lucie.
I do actually like the McDonald's burger. I'm not gonna lie.
It's delicious. Yeah, you like the worst one. You like the regular cheeseburger.
Yeah, but it's mostly just childhood memories. You know, it's not. I don't really think that's like the greatest burger. I just remember eating that in a closet.
What's your favorite? Oh yeah, in a closet. Your parents made you eat it in a closet?
I think I chose to eat in a closet.
You would go and eat. So how would this happen? Because you were a kid. You didn't live next to McDonald's, right?
No.
So your parents would get McDonald's.
Yeah.
And you go, Lucie, what would you like? And you go, a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And you would bring it home. And you would say thank you. Would you say, I guess maybe you would say thank you, and you just take it and walk to the closet? Was it the closet in your bedroom, or was it like a shared closet?
This only happened a couple of times. I didn't make a habit out of it.
No, fair, but was it the living room closet or your bedroom closet?
Bedroom closet.
So you go to your bedroom. Did you hear as you were going, like, where are you going? Like, or they just kind of accepted it?
Usually when you get McDonald's for the family, it's because like everybody's kind of running around. Like nobody has time to,
not my experience.
Really sit down and cook that night.
Well, there's a difference between not being able to cook and then, not have to sit down. I mean, how busy could you be if you're all like, I'm gonna go to my room and it's in the closet? It doesn't seem like you're that busy. Did you plan the closet thing ahead of time and the McDonald's happened to come?
Look, I just like the way the walls closed in every once in a while. It was just a peaceful place to eat.
So what? No, I get that it could be cozy. Did you get blankets and pillows in there and make a little like?
Yeah, you make a little nest for yourself.
All right, so you're making it sound like you ate it in shame in the closet, but you just happened to live in the closet for a while because it was cozy. I get it, but let's not. If anything, it's nice that the burger that makes the burger even nicer. Well, where else would you like to hide? But labor groups argued this underscores the disconnect between stagnant wages. I mean, I don't know. Look, make all the money, please, that you can. Are they stagnant? I thought they raised them. I can't keep track of this.
Right.
I thought they raised them, and that's why I pay more over the Uber Eats.
I think certain companies have raised to 60, anywhere from $16 to $20 an hour.
I want to get through these people who work at McDonald's. Just so you know, I thought we got you pay raised. They're holding your money. They charge me more. Why aren't they paying you more? I thought you were part of it. I thought the reason prices were going up is we were paying these guys.
Right. Yeah. That's supposed to be the line.
This really is. I mean, this is what Blade Runner should have been. Not like all the replicants and the film noir. And no, it's just been fucking Harrison Ford just staring at a fast food menu for 2 hours. Oh, Jesus. Holy shit, that's expensive. Oh, man. Executives blame inflation, labor, and ingredient costs. That's cute. I mean, inflation's one thing, but I mean, Labor. How do you think about inflation? Well, how come labor never gets inflation? I mean, in theory, eventually, but it really doesn't. What do they call that? Sticky? They call that sticky, I think. Wages are sticky.
Right, they're not prone to change.
Yeah, look up sticky wages for me. And be careful how you write it.
In economics, sticky wages refers to a phenomenon where wages are slow to adjust, especially downwards, in response to changes in economic
I
conditions.
love how even the people who make economics go, like, especially downwards. Like, that's where they focus. We'd like the wages to go down. Look, I know I'm an academic, but I'm actually, but yeah.
Look, everybody wants to bring the wages down.
I mean, this is hard. This is not the guy who runs the McDonald's in your town writing out these charts. Let me show people these charts for a second. These aren't written by the guy who's like the night shift manager at Mickey D's.
Right.
This is like some guy at Chicago University or wherever, Milton Friedman or some nonsense. And I'm saying, like, it just seems funny that, like, even those guys are like, really, the wages are sticky and really down also. This is the biggest problem. We'd love to lower the wages.
This means that even when demand for labor decreases, businesses may not immediately lower wages. They're literally, like, not talking about the other side of this at all.
Maybe go off in the chat in the comments. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe we are just idiots and wages aren't sticky upwards. I feel like there should be a term for that, though. If this is what the term is, there really should be. What seems to happen a lot of the time is that wages don't go up very much, and then people get laid off. That seems to be the way of things. Not so much that we make so much money and our wages never go down because it's too high. What are we talking about here? I mean, I guess you could argue that, like, because I get in their fantasy land, like, everyone makes all these wages, and then the company's mismanaged, and then they try to lower their wages, but they can't, and that's why they bring in the foreign labor and then get rid of you.
Right.
Because the wages are too sticky. Now, we can't give you jobs because the wages are sticky. Now, you see? We wanted to offer you less, but we just fired you instead because the wages are sticky. You should go to college. You can understand how sticky your wages are. Oh, man. I'm very optimistic. I gotta be honest with you. I got a lot of coals in the fire.
Really?
I'm going to start making movie content.
Oh, yeah.
Look out on this channel. I'm going to start doing something with movies. That's my new plan.
We got to do
little things. Because these long things, you're here, you're watching, you get it, you love it. It's great, but people don't make it all the way because they don't know. Like we're trying to do the right thing, but they go, "What is this show?" And they go, "It's interesting. They talk about Israel and this and then, but they're like a little like, all right, maybe I'll watch more of this later because it's confusing." Right? Like you have to acquire a taste for it.
Right.
People don't watch a whole hour of anything. They have no retention span.
We're like a fine caviar.
I think we have good retention for podcasts. Apparently, I've looked at these numbers. It's just, but it's an hour-long video, and an hour where people watch like 5-second videos, or whatever the hell. So we gotta start making little content to get people boosted in the numbers, and it doesn't make You would think that someone who runs YouTube could just kind of maybe one of these algorithms could just look at stuff. And go, this is not bad. Let's watch it. No, there's none of that. There's no it's just, you got to prove yourself.
Even I I love stuff like this. I love our show.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I mostly watch 30-second videos of people making sauces.
Not me. I watch 20-minute videos of animated like wars of the ancient world, and I watch them out of order by mistake, and I get confused. This guy makes 150 of them a day. And it's like, Caesar across the Rubicon, but I didn't watch the one why he crossed the Rubicon. I'm confused. Anyway, these fast viral posts, Wendy's, public calls for wage reform, issue as fuel. I mean, they're getting ready. We talked about this a month ago, didn't we? The kiosks.
Oh, right. Yeah, they're replacing. They're basically the robot workers.
Right now. Well, yes, but I mean, they're doing the job the robots will do. But this leads into the story I almost told before. This is what you want, right? That is fun. Week-long boycott planned of Walmart, Target, McDonald's over price hikes. So that might be an answer. It's like, hey, you know, it's like, hey, you don't want to lose money by paying more, or you don't want to lose money by keeping. Hey, you know, we lose money if we don't raise the prices. How about this? We don't buy anything. It's not a bad plan in theory if people will do it. Off the top of my head, I'm saying. A grassroots campaign is gaining traction online, calling for a week-long consumer boycott of major corporations like Walmart, Target, and McDonald's in protest of recent price hikes. Organizers claim that inflation is being used as a smokescreen for corporate profiteering. What else is being used as a smokescreen today? Anyway, and are urging shoppers to avoid these retailers from Monday through Sunday. Isn't that the whole thing? Oh, they mean just 1 week, though.
Right.
Okay. When can I eat a Big Mac? While company spokespeople cite rising labor and supply costs as the reason, critics argue that record profits undercut these claims. Yeah, they always seem to be like, oh, we're doing horribly, but we're making the most money we've ever made. But it doesn't bode well for the future. But for now, for the foreseeable future, we're amazing.
So sometimes your bad years are your best years, you know, for the business.
The baddies are the best. Huh?
The bad years are the best.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no.
You make the most money in the bad years.
Look, whatever you think makes sense doesn't. That's really what they want you to get. It's, you know, you think we make no money? We make all the money. Critics accuse retailers of exploiting inflation profit. Yeah, we gotta get this thing to make it so that this information here is not up here on the list.
Right.
What's the point of having bullet points in a paragraph? I need to go to school to use these freaking programs. You know, can DeVry teach me to use ChatGPT to get news articles? you learn the tool, you put it in the box. Can we bring that up for a second? Can you play that video? Look up Apex Tech. It was Apex Tech.
What is this? An infomercial?
No, it was these are advertising on Apex Tech. The second one, yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
You start out with an empty toolbox. You work alongside a professional mechanic. As you learn to use each tool, it goes in your toolbox. In 6 months, when you've earned your certificate, we recommend you for a job, and the tools are yours. That's how we teach air conditioning and refrigeration mechanics at Apex Tech. We have thousands of graduates in this very good trade. How about you? Find out how much financial assistance towards your training you may be entitled to from the government.
Does this guy, is this just the corruption of the video, or does this guy have giant scars under his eyes?
He probably has scars on it. What do you think? The Prince of England's going to do this thing?
I mean, he's great. He actually has a great energy. He's a good presenter.
Look, I'm just a little older. Look, a certain kind of guy who's good with his hands, you know, and maybe a little bit of a salesman. You know, I'm sorry they didn't pick the guy who's just a mechanic and can barely speak. They got the guy who got a little bit of the gift of the gab, because maybe he had a different career before and he got his face flashed up a little bit. He said, maybe I ought to stop scamming people quite so much. You know, maybe I could teach him to do plumbing. Because, you know, it's like, you know, you cheat someone at cards. You do 3-card mod. Yeah, sometimes you get slashed in the face a little bit. Whatever. Don't make them feel bad about it. But, you know, the point is, maybe they could do something like that with AI, where they teach, you know, instead of tools going into a box, they prompt, you know, maybe you learn a prompt. You know, a prompt doesn't screw you up every time. Half the time they make up stuff.
You probably mess with your guy too, your AI guy too much.
I don't have an AI guy. I just freaking try to use the program to help. It's like, oh, this thing's going to replace you. It's like, oh, will it? Maybe I'll use it to better myself. And that doesn't work. That don't do nothing. But yeah, I like you go see if we can get any assistance from the government. See if we can scam some money out of the government to come here. If not, we work something out. Apex Tech. I wish I went there. They used to play. You'd be watching like the People's Court, and you would play commercials for Apex Tech. Very nice. But that's my nostalgia. That's my cheeseburger in the closet. Watching Parker Lewis Can't Lose reruns on the USA Network. Watching Apex Tech commercials in between. You ever see Parker Lewis? It was a half-assed like Ferris Bueller knockoff.
Oh
of a
yeah,
show.
I think I do kind of remember that.
It's a fun show. I mean, whatever. I don't know if it holds up. Probably. I mean, I don't even know if it was good then. Whatever. What do you want me to do? You want me to accurately predict every stupid TV show? I don't got time for that. I'm planning little movie content things. Hey, you like The Godfather? So do I. End of the video. That'd probably do better than anything we've ever done in this channel. I'll screw it up somehow. Brands promoting marketing, value-focused campaigns. I don't know what any of that means. So that's done. We did this one. We did this one. I think we mixed up some of these. Wasn't there another article here? Oh, the white genocide.
You're just gonna throw that out there?
Well, wasn't it? Didn't we have something with Trump? He had the guy from South Africa. I've researched this.
We've been pussyfooting around everything today, and you're just gonna come out with white genocide.
Well, that's the president saying it.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't make this up. He accused him of he's accusing the South African president of. Is this not working?
He set him up. No, we can play this.
What would it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Well, I can answer that for President. It's for him. No, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer that. It will be.
Our president will
There's a lot of laughing going on about white genocide.
Right. Yeah, it's a very jolly mood in that room.
It will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here. When we have talks between us around a quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them. I'm not going to be repeating what I've been saying. I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me.
It doesn't seem like the most. He's not making a great case here.
Yeah,
and for that reason alone, maybe I'll go along with it. I don't know. But like, the point, I've looked into this. Apparently, look, they passed a law a while back that says they can seize the farms and not compensate you. Apparently, they haven't done it yet at all. I mean, research this a bit. I mean, I don't show me the numbers if it has.
I mean, look, I could see the argument for why it's like, okay, it hasn't happened yet, but it's kind of like the fraud.
Well, no, look, that's not. Look, yeah, sure. I'm not saying like. First of all, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I mean, I made this case in the Patreon, I think, the other day. But like, because I'm not crazy about the idea that like, why are Dutch Afrikaans coming here? It's in the name. They're
right.
Dutch.
Right.
The Netherlands is doing fine. Rotterdam's a very good port. You know? Remember The Wire, season 2?
Yeah.
When he's like, they were showing me robots. That was they were showing a video of Rotterdam, the port. Like it's this like robot controlled port they have. It's crazy. I mean, maybe no one can work there. I guess is the problem. Whatever. I'm saying I'm sure they could house 50 people from Dutch Afrikaan land.
Right.
I don't know why we're taking no one else. We're gonna take them. I don't know what the answer is because the Native Americans will never like take over America again. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
I can't. It just seems odd that like the people who are the most hardline, like, hey, like don't complain about slavery, don't complain about this. Like, all right, okay, but yeah, forget the past. I'm gonna go, and it's like, but you tried to conquer a country and then like couldn't get it done. I mean, you know, as I'm saying, it just I don't know what the answer is. It's just, I don't know, like, aren't we supposed to like winners? Isn't that the whole Trump thing? We like winners, right? That's why he didn't like John McCain, because he got caught.
Yeah.
He got captured. But we like, you ran a country with apartheid and somehow you lost it. Like, the Civil War didn't end with like us being like slaves, white people being slaves.
Yeah, we figured it out.
I'm just saying we worked it out. You know, like I'm just saying.
It's not great, but
you dwell in the past too much. And that's what they say. So I don't know why we're. I mean, just the point is, but it doesn't mean there's a white genocide happening. The guy in the politics over there.
You were saying, I feel like the more important thing you were saying before that, like black farmers get killed too.
Apparently, that's what I'm saying. There is violence there,
right?
But it's like it's both sides. You know, both. You know. You show me this. I mean, it's a hard thing to prove, I guess. But I mean, I don't know what this anecdotal evidence is.
I'd like to know. I just don't know a ton about the situation. Like, I'd like to know, like, what are they trying to do when they do that? Like, are they trying to?
They're robbing them.
Are they trying to steal fruits?
Yeah, they're robbing their asses.
Yeah.
They're out in the middle of nowhere, and it's just it's not. South Africa's not doing great in general right now.
I don't like farm robbers at all.
I don't really care. I mean, I don't like them, but what do we do? Also, who brings over 50 refugees? If it's 50 refugees, then I don't feel you're a refugee. It almost seems like most people don't want to come because they're probably doing fine.
Right.
It just, I don't like scams where it's like, we're like, oh, stand up for white people. It's like, all right, these guys are victims. Like, are they? Mm-hmm. How about we just say that you're doing white people own 70% of the farm still?
Yeah, and also like some of the examples they use of the more. Like black on white type violence.
Yeah.
Look, some of these stories are like horrendous. Like I was reading about
it's
this
horrible
young woman,
stuff happening. But yeah.
This young woman, she was, a bunch of stuff was done to her, and then she was killed.
Right.
And it's like, and there were like these 4 guys. They definitely seem like psychopaths who are being tried for it. But like it doesn't seem like they're letting them off. It seems like they're pursuing the maximum sentence.
No, yeah, look, it doesn't seem like a particularly well-run country right now. It doesn't seem like you should. It doesn't seem like I'd want to stay there. I would never go there right now. You asked me to go to South Africa, I'm not going.
Yeah, let's
make that clear. I'm not saying nothing bad's happening in South Africa.
We're not going there for vacay.
No, yeah, yeah. No, this is not cut that out of my YOLO spending.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying it's just there's a difference between a country being run like shit and like a white genocide.
Yeah,
I just don't know what this does.
That's a good point.
Are we trying to like preface it? Sorry.
No, I'm just agreeing with you. Like people don't consider the possibility that they're just like failing to enforce their laws.
Yeah. My thing is like, are we trying to get into a war with South Africa? Is that the plan? It's a pretext to invade? I mean, it just seems like, can we just figure something out? Because we're not going to make any money. No one benefits from these wars.
Right.
No one. I mean, none of us.
It is like this is kind of an interesting interaction. Like he shows them this video.
Yeah.
It's a little bit cherry picked, but it does show some people in South Africa saying that they should hurt white people.
Right. Well, there's that guy, but he's like a political minority guy, and they condemn him, and here I hear it's like I don't.
Right. Yeah. But the whole thing does seem a little bit like it's a weird criticism to make of Trump given who he is, but like the whole thing does seem a little mean. Like this president obviously doesn't. He's obviously not trying to like rub him the wrong way.
Right.
He's trying to kind of like appear cooperative.
Right.
And Trump's just kind of like setting him up anyway. It's a little bit strange.
Yeah, no, look, Trump. I don't mind Trump strong-arming people. I like that. I mean, I agree it doesn't seem nice, but I like it. Mm-hmm. I like him bullying people. that I do like. I don't care if he's right or wrong. I like I want my president to just be an indiscriminate bully. I just don't want to go to war necessarily.
Yeah.
That's my thing. It's just like I'm not like, oh, why are you self-hating? No, I have nothing to do with Dutch Afrikaans. They're dumb accents.
Right.
It's like
we're never gonna be the type. I feel like the two of us are just we're never gonna be the types who are like all white people around the world are our brothers.
No, white people want nothing to do with me either.
Right.
That's the thing. I don't know what this idea like we're all in this together. It's like I've been pushed out of many white run establishments as well.
People want to build these like international clans and then do Dungeons and Dragons with each other.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I mean, I just they want like some kind of race wars. Like I don't know what this is leading up to. Just let me have a pool. That's all I'm saying. Whatever. I mean, and you tell me, sound off in the comments if I'm wrong. Show me the troves of evidence. I'd like to know if my AI has lied to me. I'm kidding. It wasn't just AI. What's this last thing we have about the? This is Stars. Lily Phillips arrested just hours before. So now we have like OnlyFans people just like staging their own arrests, like they're some kind of proxy war thing or something. What is even like the We can't really talk about what they're famous for, but they're the famous ones.
They're famous for naughty things.
If you've heard about a couple of them, in the news, it's them, I think. Mm-hmm. The ones who have a lot of friends.
A lot of dance partners.
Yeah, they like the do-si-do. Sorry, YouTube doesn't like us to get specific about anything.
Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue. What I know about them is that they are very hated.
By who?
The anti-porn people.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, and they become kind of symbols for everybody's problems with
women. Sex work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they staged an arrest or something.
People don't really like it. Doesn't. I'm not taking a side, but it just don't. They really don't like it when sex work is a lucrative thing.
Yeah, that's what kind of people like to imagine kind of a more downtrodden version of a prostitute. And
I'm being objective here. I don't like the moral panic. I don't like the whatever. You know what I mean. You know where I come from on this. But is there a historical precedent for is it possible it's just not good for society? I don't know.
Look, in the past, in the Wild West, when there were also kind of some millionaire prostitutes.
Were there?
People would get really rich off of the stuff, and they would.
And the women would actually keep the money.
Like some of them, a fair number of brothels were owned by women.
Oh, that's nice.
You could actually kind of rise through the ranks.
So why can't look on X.com? Why is everything on X.com? It's like the Wild West, but late. Why is everything it's a free for all? But but we want to start hand wringing it all the time.
Well, that's the thing. I think the women back then,
yeah,
who actually did become moguls, kind of off of the stuff. I think that they had more of a sense of what makes people hate you.
Right.
They would kind of button up maybe.
Right. They wore those nice dresses and those bustiers and those trussels and those what do you call those things? Those big domes under your.
Oh, right, yeah, the petticoats.
But the big framework. The lattice. No, I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
You don't know this big metal frames of the dresses.
Yeah, I forget.
You don't know anything about fashion. I'm the fashion chief in this house.
But I feel like they compartmentalized a little bit better.
Right. They call themselves
these
madams.
Women, they're just sloppy.
They are sloppy.
They're sloppy about bragging about their money. They never do any charity.
People on X are lonely typically, and I mean in a very nice way. But it seems like a lot of them are just. It's hard to date now, and they're not the most dating guys. And for a while, it seems to have died down a bit. But you would be nonstop bombarded with these models trying to every comment section was just full of them. And that can't feel good. Because no one wants that. I mean, some people do,
right?
But they want a real girlfriend. How do they say that? A real girlfriend.
A real girlfriend they can cuddle up with at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I mean, and they resent this this kind of overly. You have a good point. Why can't it be a little cleaner?
Right. Just when you're publicizing yourself.
Right.
As a rich stute.
Yeah.
Just show yourself giving some money to kids with cancer. Show yourself giving money to some.
That's not a bad plan.
That's how you fix an image.
Can we pretend to do that? No, I'll do it for real. I'm not gonna give $1 million. I got $1 million. But I'll give something to a cancer kid.
People can't say anything to that. They can't say, "Oh, you shouldn't have given porn money to cancer kids."
They'll say it.
Yeah.
But I agree. I agree with you. How much do I gotta give to be able to really? I can't just give $5. That seems like a cheap a cheat move. How much do I gotta give it? A G? I'll think about it. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can stage some kind of thing where it's not my money, but I'm getting people to give the money.
Right.
That's what's being a celebrity. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a celebrity, but but that is what being a celebrity is all about. It's no, I get people to give the money. I'm the vessel. And I'm a good person. Let's see. What's this? So why? But how? So even with the context we've established, why are they staging an arrest? How does this help them?
All right. So that's just real. This adult actress Lily Phillips was allegedly arrested for filming in public, according to Daily Star. See, this is just sloppy behavior. The 23-year-old who made headlines for sleeping with 101 men in 24 hours was taken into the back of a police van just hours before her rival Bonnie Blue's alleged arrest. Yeah,
and this is all just promote, like, so in their minds, it was gonna be like, wow, they got arrested doing the sleaziest thing ever. Let me go click on their thing and watch the sleazy thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, but like, are people dumb enough that like, well, if they got arrested doing that, they think it's still gonna get like published on the OnlyFans? Like, if I'm gonna subscribe to like her thing, right? If I'm a thirsty boy, and I go, hey, you know, like, I'd like to see this video where she got arrested doing stuff. I'd say to myself, that's probably evidence, and I won't be able to see it as much as I'd like to, right? Isn't that kind of the logic you would use in your head?
Right. Yeah.
So I don't. But yeah, look. I don't want to pretend like I'm smarter than anybody, but I might have a couple. You know, I analyze things a little more closely, I guess, than some people. I don't know. I guess people fall for this.
Maybe they'll stage something that looks like this later.
Well, they didn't fall for it, to be fair. I mean, the sleuths found out real quick. Apparently, they used like some cop car that's used in like TV shows and stuff, and like they realized, like, you know, they found out. They were found out. So I'm actually not smarter than anybody. Not even the thirsty boys.
The pornographic actress shared another clip on her Instagram story in which she was seen being handcuffed by the authorities. Lily gets tackled by police while filming new video. While Phillips has not provided any details about her alleged arrest, people believe the incident to be fake.
Well,
okay, so these like cops are porn actors too.
I guess, yeah. I mean, look, I mean, you would think. I can't imagine watching. I mean, that would really ruin the suspension of disbelief because, like, you know, I mean, they do it sometimes. But they lose their jobs pretty quick when they get involved, and I mean, and usually they're initiating it. It's usually not on only whatever. Was there a guy who got arrested or like lost his cop job because he ended up on some girl's OnlyFans?
Oh, really?
I think so. I don't know if he was on duty or not.
That seems a little unfair. If he wasn't on duty.
Well, I think he was.
Oh, okay.
I think he pulled her over, but I don't remember. You know, I can't keep everything in my head. I'm not an AI. AI, but you know, you think we'll be replaced with a version of me that like will have like just access to all the information?
Like what information?
The thing I just couldn't remember.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, it's chip in your brain.
the spot price of gold. Oh man. Well, yeah, I'm not looking anymore. We're done with the story.
Yeah.
So, what do you have any parting words for the people out there?
Look, there's a lot of people out there trying to rage bait you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there trying to turn you into any number of extremist factions.
Sure.
And you got to just kind of hear them out and feel out what's right for you.
Right. Anyway, patreon.com/RayCump. You get an extra episode every week for $5. I think that's a pretty good deal. And don't listen to anything Lucie just said. Just get the content. Rage. No, she's right. Thanks so much for tuning in, for supporting, you know, watching and supporting, being part of this, sticking around to the end. It's all gonna be great. Don't let me get you down. No, it's having fun. This. Well, yeah. Wait. What am I gonna say? Hey, I love it when everything's bad. You want me to be a John Mulaney type guy, or who are those guys, like, you know, these late night guys? Who are the late night guys?
Colin Jost.
You'd be like Colin Jost. That's all fine. I'm dating Scarlett Johansson. I'm married Scarlett Johansson. Well, I'm married to Lucie. Who the hell, Colin Jost? He seems like a nice guy, honestly.
Beautiful couple.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with celebrities being attractive, right? Whatever happened to that? I mean, they don't all have to be, but, you know, come on. What is it? Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson's nice.
If you're going to be on screen for more than 20 minutes.
Just pay me to write some jokes, man. I use the money. That's not. I wish I had a robot. Have a good night.